What if may minana kayo sa magulang nyo? Let's say, lupa or ari-arian. No? Pero sabi mo, ayoko niyan. Oo.
Lupit.
Sa kapatid ko na lang or sa nanay ko. Pwede ba natin gawin to? Pwede ba natin i-waive to? At kung pwede natin i-waive to, meron bang tax na dapat bayaran?
Once in a while, nakakakita kami ng ganitong situation. Yung mga tagapagmana, hindi nila tinatanggap yung mana nila. Gusto nilang ibigay nila sa kapatid nila yung share nila or sa nanay nila or sa tatay. Pwede ba to, Attorney Ramon?
Yan exactly ang tanong ng reader natin today na si Celine A. Hi, Celine. That's a nice name. So, ano sabi ni Celine? Attorney, my father just died. He left to us our house and lot in Cainta. There are 3 of us, his children, and my mom is still alive. Yan. We saw from your videos that we as children will inherit the house and lot along with our mom. Uy, nanonood pala siya ng ano natin. So thank you, Celine, for watching our videos. So yes, you're correct. The 3 of us siblings discuss it, and we don't want to have any share in the house and lot because we feel it belongs to our mother. Can we just give our share to our mom? Is there anything we need to consider? Will it be expensive? Yeah, so this is from Celine A. So today, thank you for your question. Today, we will be talking about 3 things or 2 things pala. Number 1, pwede man natin i-waive yung mana natin. Ano yung waive? Yung hindi ko na lang tatanggapin.
Ibibigay ko na lang sa ibang tao.
Ibigay ko na lang. Oh, yan.
Pass.
Yan, pass.
Kumbaga parang kumakain eh. Busog na.
Yun, so can we do that? And if pwede ba natin i-waive, mayroon ba tayong mga kailangan na bayaran na tax? Siyempre, alam naman, kailangan na aware tayo sa mga bagay na yan. Okay? Pero bago yan, let's do a shoutout muna sa nagbigay sa atin ng comment. So, Attorney Ruin, would you like to ano?
Legalguide.ph is very informative. It has helped me understand a lot of aspects when it comes to labor regulations. One thing that comes to mind is the demotion, which is timely as some of our members are asking questions about it. Thank you so much. It comes from Jay Munoz.
Yan, thank you, Jay. So thank you so much. Please keep watching and sharing. And if gusto niyo mag-submit ng tanong para sa amin dito sa show, please go to www.legalguide.ph and click the submit topic button.
Now, let's get on with the show.
Let's get it on! If you're having issues transferring your land or have issues transferring the properties of a loved one who passed away, we have something that can help. We recorded an FAQ session where we answered the most common questions related to estate settlement. You can access the recording by going to www.legalaccess.ph and choosing the estate settlement topic there.
Welcome to Legal Guide Philippines, where we simplify the law to help you make better choices. I'm Attorney Erwin Zagala, and I'm with my partner,
Attorney Ramon Ramirez. Okay, so today we will be discussing yung waiving of your inheritance or pagpas, no? Pass. And if meron ba tong tax. Okay, so let's, again, as we always do, let's go into some context setting. So, ano ba tong tinatanong ng reader natin na si Celine? So, what's happening here? And let's also recap it for our viewers who just tuned in. Baka hindi nila sinimulan. No? So, alright, so si Celine, our reader, meron siyang dad and kakamatay lang yung dad niya very recently. Okay? And mukhang tatlo silang magkakapatid. No? Si Celine, meron din siyang 2 other siblings. And yung nanay nila is buhay pa.
So, 4 silang natira.
4 silang natira. 3 anak at yung nanay. And wala naman tayong indikasyon na illegitimate sila or hindi kasal. Or, so
let's assume.
We will assume na kasal ng maayos ang parents ni Celine at legitimate children silang lahat. Ibig sabihin ng legitimate children ay
born within the married
setting. Yes. So kinasal muna yung nanay at tatay at ipinanganak yung mga anak during the marriage.
And dagdag ko rin, wala rin binanggit na may iba pa.
Sila lang.
Sila lang.
Okay. So yun lang ang ano natin, pinaglalaroan natin na facts. No? So nung namatay si dad, ang pagmamay-ari lang ni dad is yung kanilang house and lot. No? Yung tinitira ng pamilya. No? Nung lumalaki sila, Celine, yan. And I think this is somewhere in Cainta. Okay? So yun ang natira. Yun ang imamana ngayon. Mamanahin ngayon nung 4 na natirang heirs, no. So after that, nag-usap-usap yung mga magkakapatid. Sabi ng magkakapatid, gusto ba natin yung mapangalan sa atin yung bahay? Huwag na muna.
Parang hindi na, kay mama na
Kay
lang
mama
yan,
na lang
oo.
yan. Oo, kasi yan ang siguro pinaghirapan nila yan ni Papa. Yan. So, gusto nila, waive na lang nila yung pass na lang sila dun sa inheritance. Ibibigay na lang nila sa nanay nila. So, ang tanong ni Celine, pwede ba to? Is this feasible? And if it's feasible, marami ba kaming kailangang isipin?
Ano ang dapat naming isipin?
Yeah. Oo. So,
dito.
mahal ba yan? May gastusin ba dyan?
Attorney, baka mas dehado pa na parang sana tinanggap na lang namin.
Yes.
Baka yun siguro yung wino-worry ni Celine.
So, Celine, this is also, you'd be surprised to know that this is a very, it happens more often than you think. No? Marami yan. It's not necessarily na kapareho na sa inyo na everyone waives it. Minsan, merong mga heirs na wala lang, magwe-wave lang talaga, ayaw niya. So, for whatever reason, it happens a lot. So, this is a very good and timely question na tinanong mo siya.
Maraming matutulungan tong episode na.
Yeah. Ano ba mga usual reasons bakit nagwe-wave ang mga tao?
Wala nang interest.
Yes.
Kasi kunwari, abroad na siya. Wala na akong interest dyan.
Oo.
Never na ako babalik sa Pilipinas. That's one.
Kay na lang yan, kay kuya na nakatira dyan. Pwedeng ganon. Yeah. So,
another reason is pwedeng I'm good.
yes.
Yung kapatid ko medyo struggling or getting started pa lang, ibibigay ko na yan.
Yan, pwede rin yan. Or pwede rin na offhand, meron na kasing may usapan na sila even before pa na pag may nangyari kay mama at kay papa, kay ganito na lang natin bibigay. Or siguro sa itong mga kapatid na to, ganyan.
Or pwede rin naman na kina-cut off niya yung sarili niya sa family. I want nothing to do with any of you.
Pwede rin. There's like so many reasons. And that's why we're saying to Celine, this really happens a lot. No? It's not like it's not always the case that everybody's so excited na makuha yung mana nila. Okay? It really happens. No? So, ayan. So, hopefully, you feel at ease na that you're experiencing this situation. Now, before we even go and answer yung question ni Celine, I think it's very important na we review muna ano ba nangyayari. Anong nangyayari pag 'di ba namatay yung tatay ni Celine, 'di ba? So what happens? Ano yung nangyayari sa succession under our laws, and ano yung estate settlement process. Tama? Okay, so nung namatay si father, 'di ba? Meron siyang iniwan na ari-arian, okay? Ang pangkalahatan na pagmamay-ari ni father, even yung mga obligasyon niya, and these all form part of yung tinatawag natin estate. Yan. So, itong estate na to, ito yung from the name, it implies na ito yung kailangan i-settle. Bakit kailangan i-settle na to ni Erwin?
Kailangan kasi ng share ng government.
Yes, that's one. Kailangan bago ma-transfer lahat yan sa mga heirs, no, yung mga tagapagmana, ang tawag natin diyan, heirs. Bago ma-transfer lahat yan, kailangan lahat ng kailangan mabayaran, nabayaran na
sa gobyerno.
Lahat ng kailangan na abisuhan na para ma-transfer yan lahat sa mga tagapagmana.
When you say transfer, mailipat sa titulo.
Yan, mailipat yun sa pangalan nila. Yan. Okay, lalo na yung mga titulo. Sa mga titulo of real property, very important na nandun yung mga pangalan ng mga may-ari. Okay? So number one, the first thing we do pag nag-settle tayo ng estate is to determine ano ba yung laman ng estate.
Ano ba pinag-uusapan natin?
Yes.
Ito?
Okay, so in this case, in the case of Celine's family, mukhang yung house and lot nila sa Cainta.
Check.
Okay, there are other families na it will be more than that. No? There will be other families na, may lupa rin kami sa ganito. Or, yeah, so every estate is different. No? Kasi iba-iba naman ang pagmamay-ari ng mga namamatay.
Attorney Ramon, parang this sounds familiar. Parang ito yung laman ng libro natin.
Yeah!
Parang kita ko na tong outline na to.
Yes.
So, kung gusto pa ninyo ng additional review, you can always download Don't Let Your Air Down.
Yes.
It's found at info.legalguy.ph/ask.
Yan. And it is also, ito is also what we discuss in more detail dun sa sa workshop natin.
Yes.
Our estate settlement workshop. So please go there and download it if you're interested in knowing more. So, we know already ano ba yung laman ng estate. Okay? Even, guys, consult your lawyer, but we're also letting you know that even yung mga kautangan ng namatay is part of the estate. Okay, so what's next? We also determine sino ba yung mga tagapagmana. Okay, so hindi porket kamag-anak ay tagamagmana.
Minsan nga, dumadami bigla ang kamag-anak pag may namatay.
Oo. Yan. Mga never mong nakita, bigla nagpapakita. No? Again, guys, it happens a lot. We see it all the time. It's so weird. Anyway, so yun, no? Who are the heirs? Sino yung mga tagapagmana? In the case of Celine, tama siya. I guess you watched our videos and maybe our workshop. Yes, it's silang magkakapatid and yung kanilang ina. Okay? They are what you call the compulsory heirs. Yan. Ano ba yung compulsory heirs, Attorney Erwin?
The VIPs of settlement law.
Yan ang mga VIPs of succession. Ibig sabihin ng mga VIPs, hindi pwedeng hindi sila makatanggap ng mana.
And walang kailangan gawin. Kasama sila kagad sa usapan.
Matik yan. Oo. So, sino ba yung mga yan? Usually, ang pinaka-importante dyan, yung mga children. Children or descendants. Ang next na important dyan is yung
spouse.
Yes, spouse. Concurrent yan. If walang mga children, importante din ang mga ascendants, mga magulang or lolo't lola, kung whoever is available. Yan, sila ang sila yung next, no, secondary, and then yung spouse palaging nandyan yan. Ang spouse is yung asawa. Okay? Yan. So these are our compulsory heirs. So tama, Celine, these are kayo yung heirs. Now, the next thing that we will determine is ano ba yung hatian? Yan. Okay. So there is a long list of rules under yung our civil code kung paano natin malalaman yung mga hatian ng heirs. Depende kung ilan yung heirs na naiwan, 'di ba? Sino yung kasi maraming permutations. Pwedeng pinaka-normal, pinaka-typical is ganito, no? Asawa at mga anak. Yan. Okay, but maraming permutations. So if you're interested in that, again, check out our workshop. But in this case, for Celine's case, anong sharing nila, Attorney Erwin? It will be hati-hati silang. Okay, long story short, hati-hati silang 4. So, 3 magkakapatid, and yung mom will have the same share as yung each of her children.
Pero tinanggal na yung conjugal share.
Yes. Okay. That's another concept, no, yes. Attorney Erwin. So please, wag nating let's not be confused. Yung bahay at lupa, ang presumption natin dyan is hati sila ng mag-asawa. Okay, so ang actually laman ng estate ng dad ni father is not the whole house, but yung share niya lang, yung kalahating share niya lang dun sa house and lot. Okay, yun lang ang estate. Alright, very good, Attorney Erwin. And ano yung steps to settling the estate? It's very simple, no? Usually, the easiest is to do an extrajudicial settlement. Ano ba extrajudicial settlement? Outside of court. Meaning, nag-agree yung ating mga heirs, mga tagapagmana, kung paano yung hatian nila. And then they'll agree to it outside of court. Hindi na nila i-involve si court. No? If hindi sila nag-agree, or if may will, pupunta tayo ngayon sa court. Kailangan talaga natin pumunta sa court. Kung may will, kailangan natin ask the court to probate yung will, or to make sure na valid yung will, and undergo judicial proceedings. Si court ang magiging referee kung ano yung magiging tamang hatian ninyo, and who will get what.
Yes.
Yan, okay? So there's judicial, extrajudicial. Very easier ang extrajudicial, okay? But sometimes hindi may iwasan ang judicial. Okay, after we execute an extrajudicial settlement, it's very important na ito na, sabi ni Attorney Erwin, kailangan mabayaran na yung mga dapat mabayaran. And sino ang una nating dapat bayaran pag may namatay?
Yung lawyer. Joke.
Yung gobyerno. Yung gobyerno. And paano natin binabayaran ang gobyerno? Through what you call the estate tax. So it's very important na mabayaran yung estate tax once mamatay ang inyong loved one.
Kidding aside, before sometimes umabot na pagbayad ng sa government, you might want to check out getting help from professionals. So
yes.
Kidding aside, andyan yung mga lawyers, andyan yung mga accountants. Kaya ako naman nabanggit na sometimes mauuna yun versus the
i-engage mo sila. Diba? Yeah.
Ano naman ang punto nun? Kaya mong inuna yun to ensure na tama yung binabayaran mo sa gobyerno at hindi ka kailangan sumobra. In fact, baka pwedeng ma-minimize pa.
Yes, totoo. And professionals can really help you with doing that.
Yes.
Alright, so after you pay the tax, the next thing you will do is you go back again to the BIR and hihingi ka ngayon ng sertifikasyon. Sabihin mo, BIR, binayaran na kita eh. Baka pwede mo na issuehan ng sertifikasyon.
Resibo.
Oo, na pruweba ko na okay na tayo, quits na tayo, wala na akong utang sa'yo. No? So that's what you call a certificate authorizing registration or an e-car, electronic certificate authorizing registration. It's a very important document. Kailangan ma-issue ng BIR. Okay? And then last is already in the context of yung tanong ni Celine, i-transfer na natin yung property sa tamang office like the Register of Deeds. Ayan. So, now that we know the process, ang tanong, pwede bang mag-waive? Pwede bang i-waive ni Celine yung inheritance nila? Okay? And the answer is yes. Okay? A person may waive his or her right, including his or her right to inheritance. Okay? Actually, we can trace that to a very early article in the Civil Code.
Ay, nako, magandang ipasok dyan si Atty. Basa.
Yan, okay. So, ano ba sabi
na?
This is Article 6 of the Civil Code. No? Article 6, rights may be waived unless the waiver is contrary to law, public order, public policy, morals, or good customs, or prejudicial to a third person with a right recognized by law.
Bigat.
Yan. Okay, so ang pinaka-importante dyan is, sabi ng Article 6, rights may be waived.
Yun
okay?
lang.
Yun lang.
No.
Okay? An inheritance is a right, so that may be waived. No? So waiver is defined as a voluntary and intentional relinquishment or abandonment of a known existing legal right, advantage, benefit, claim, or privilege, no? Which, except for such waiver, the party would have enjoyed. Yan. So please, so it's very clear, no? The voluntary abandonment or surrender by a capable person of a right known to him to exist with the intent na yung right na yun shall be surrendered. Okay? And such person forever deprived of its benefit. Yan. So, again, the courts have said it again and again na this thing is the right may be waived.
So, pwede.
Yes, pwede. Okay. So, now, is pareho ba yun ng renunciation? I renounce.
Oo, kasi minsan waiver, minsan renunciation.
Oo,
Ano sa
pareho
tingin
ba
mo, Atty. Ramon?
Tingin ko pareho. Okay? Kasi ano ba yung renunciation? According to the Supreme Court, the renunciation carries with it a dictionary meaning of abandonment. So, parang waiver din yun. No? To renounce is to give up, abandon, decline, or even resign. Yan. Okay. So, in estate proceedings, balik tayo sa estate proceedings kay Celine, an heir may waive or renounce his or her right in an inheritance through a public document. And ano tong public document? Usually, pag nagwe-waive ang isang heir, they do it through the extrajudicial settlement.
Doon na, sinasabay na.
Yeah. So, it's when you say extrajudicial settlement, para siyang kontrata. Okay? Kasi nandun yung agreement ng mga heirs. Yan. So, now it's very clear, Atty. Erwin, can the heirs waive or not?
Yes.
Yes, they can waive. Okay,
Right
next.
nila yun.
Right nila yun. Yan, under Article 6. Yan. So, next naman, we will be talking about if pwede bang if they renounce it, meron bang tax na babayaran? Okay, that's what we will be talking about. And we'll be back after this short break. And we're back. Okay, so ang next na tanong is, may babayaran ba?
Taxable ba?
Taxable ba pag winave ko? Okay? Bakit natin natanong yung taxable? Kasi posible kasi siyang kasi when you waive something, posibleng parang ibinibig. Like kumare, sina Celine, sabi nila, we'll just give it to mom. 'Di ba? Ayaw na namin 'yan, kay mom na lang 'yan. So meron tayong tinatawag na donor's tax. 'Di ba? Kasi parang donation siya.
Dinodonate mo eh.
Dinodonate mo yung inheritance mo. So baka may donor's tax. Okay, ang pinaka-importante na so para malaman natin kung taxable siya or hindi, we go to the revenue regulations ng BIR.
Atty. Basa, paulakan mo naman kami. Ano ba sinasabi ng BIR?
So, this is Revenue Regulations 12-2018. So far, ito yung Biblia na naming mga practitioners, tax practitioners, when it comes to estate settlement.
Okay, this is RR or Revenue Regulations 12-2018 and Section 12. Kailangan natin basahin yan. Okay. Renunciation by the surviving spouse of his or her share in the conjugal partnership or absolute community after the dissolution of marriage in favor of the heirs of the deceased spouse or any other person is subject to donor's tax.
Yun,
Okay?
malinaw.
Malinaw. Okay, renunciation by the surviving spouse of yung share niya in favor of the heirs of the deceased spouse is subject to donor's tax. Okay? In favor of the heirs, no?
Ibig sabihin, tinukoy.
Tinukoy niya.
Kung sino yung, sino makikinabang dito sa binitawang.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Tinukoy niya kung sino makikinabang. Kaya tuloy natin yung section 12, no? Whereas general renunciation by an heir, including the surviving spouse, of his or her share in the hereditary estate left by the decedent is not subject to donor's tax.
Kapag nagsabi ka lang na, pasa ko dyan.
Pasa ko dyan. Hindi ko sinabing pasa ko
Para kay Bunso.
para kay Bunso.
Oh,
Hindi.
okay.
Pag sinabi lang pasa ko dyan, hindi ano yan. Hindi subject to donor's tax. Okay, so there's that distinction, guys, no? Ayan, sabi sa section 12, unless specifically and categorically done in favor of identified heirs to the exclusion or disadvantage of other co-heirs in the hereditary estate. Which just means, again, tama yung sinabi ni Attorney Erwin, pag may tinukoy ka, pag nag-waive ka, at tinukoy mo kung kanino mapupunta yung sayo, donation yun.
Para
Donor's
nakikita ko na kung anong i-advise natin kay Celine. Nakikita ko na yung direction.
Yes, very clear, no? Okay, so, again, based on this provision of the rules, when an heir renounces his or her share to specific co-heirs, it will be subject to donor's tax. And if not, just the general renunciation, pasa ko dyan, hindi siya subject to donor's tax. Okay? Ano ba yung donation?
Donation, may binigay ako.
Yes, okay. So, a donation is an act of liberality whereby a person disposes gratuitously. So, because of, yung kabaitan nila or walang kapalit.
Walang bayad.
Yeah.
Walang kapalit.
Oh. So, clear, Attorney Erwin. Now, what about, what if hindi naman lahat we need, Attorney Erwin?
Kalahati lang.
Kalahati lang, oo. So, may mga instances na gano'n na, kung wari, hati-hati sila, ay gusto ko na tong gusto ko na tong property na to pero ang matatanggap ko dapat, kuwari, itong property nyo to is worth 2 million, pero according sa total, ang dapat kong ma-receive is 2.5, di ba? Hindi, okay na ako dito, meron bang ano dyan? Is that subject to donor's tax? Yan, okay, so the question of taxability in this instance also comes in, no? Particularly to donor's tax. So, ano ba sabi ng Revenue Memorandum Circular 94-2021? No? This Revenue Memorandum Circular, or this RMC, characterizes partial renunciation as the scenario when an heir waives his or her share only to identified properties, okay? But not to the entire properties of the decedent. Okay? Now, in case meron tayong partial renunciation, the net value of the inheritance waived shall be subject to donor's tax. Okay? And there, the regs will provide yung value o kung paano kino-compute yung donor's tax pag partial lang ang renunciation ng But again, bottom line, if there's partial renunciation, that can also be subject to donor's tax. Okay, now to recap, Celine, I think we've discussed a lot today and it's very clear, no? Can you waive in favor of your mom? Yes. But do it in a way wherein you don't, the three of you, kayong magkakapatid will just waive. Hindi yung, we will waive in favor of our mother.
Wag yun.
If you waive in favor of your mother, magiging subject yan to donor's tax. No?
So, anong tamang wording?
Just waive. Like, general waiver. Waive, hindi siya waive, W-A-I-V-E. No? Hindi W-A-V-E. No? So, just waive your inheritance generally.
And Celine, you should listen to Attorney Ramon because kung magkamali ka ng wording, donor's tax, that's another 6%.
Yes. And actually, guys, just a quick kwento. Nangyari na to even a lawyer. No? He was settling the estate of his parents, I think, or mga kapatid niya or something. Napabayad siya ng donor's tax. No? Kasi he didn't know about these understandable hindi siya in the tax practice. So hindi na-miss niya na gawin yun dun sa EJS nila. They waived in favor of somebody else. They had to pay the donor staff. So even lawyers get tripped up with this. So I hope this is very helpful to you guys. Now, before we conclude, guys, these conclusions that we made, these are based on the facts as presented to us, just based on what we read, no? And this may change after we actually interview Celine, after further investigation. We look at the nature of the property as well. Everything, take everything into consideration. So please, do not use this, Celine, as your virtual consultation. Please consult your lawyer. No? Use this only as a basis for consulting your lawyer. Na parang, oh, I heard ganito. And then actually have a sit down with a lawyer. For most of you, this lesson was more than enough. And if it makes your life easier, then of course, you're welcome. But there are some of you who will watch this episode and end up asking even more questions, such as, Attorney, how do we determine what to put in the estate? How do we determine who are the heirs? Or, Attorney, what's the complete process of transferring the properties? So, if that's you, what do you think, Attorney?
We'd like to invite you to check out the Estate Settlement Guide Workshop, not a book,
It's not a book.
Where in as little as 1 hour, we give you a crash course on succession law and a general roadmap of the entire estate settlement framework. With this guide, you will know exactly where you are in the estate settlement process, regardless of whether you're doing it on your own or if you've hired someone to assist you. You can access this workshop at info.legalguide.ph/estate today.
Yeah. So, one last thing, guys. It's definitely an heir's right to waive or to renounce his or her inheritance. But there are ways of exercising your right which can lead to unnecessary expenses. It is really important that when you consult a lawyer regarding estate or succession matters, you consult someone who does it on a daily basis or who specializes in it. In every field of practice kasi under the law, there will be these little tricks and details that might be missed by a lawyer who doesn't specialize in that field. Okay, so protect yourself, consult a specialist. So wasn't that simple? Now go make better choices.